And so when Nintendo revealed the first trailer to Mario Odyssey and showed him super assassin brosing his way through Crisis City next to literal 10 feet tall giants, I wanted to take a crack at this mystery. For the theory today, I'm most interested in the city. And you can immediately see that the name of the New York level is New Donk City, as in New Donkey Kong. There's Diddy Mart, also Dixie Theater and Dixie Street, referring of course to Dixie Kong Cranky Avenue. Even the pink scaffolding from the original Donkey Kong arcade game can be seen, and the taxi that pulls up at the opening of the trailer has the number 1981 on its license plate, a reference to the arcade game being released 1981. So New Donk City is somehow connected with Donkey Kong lore, but how? And what's any of that got to do with 10 feet tall human beings? Gigantism in the Donkey Kong canon? When Mario stands next to his ladylove in his very first game, they eyed a waistline. And while we all assume that this was a creative decision due to technological limitations of the time, or it's actually a size difference that Nintendo has continued to keep canon to this day. Take one look at the Mario vs. Donkey Kong franchise where Pauline makes a reappearance and she's still towering over. Fast forward to the first Donkey Kong Country game for the Super Nintendo. Proportions all feel in the range of what would be natural, and yet, at the end of each world, you come up against a boss. Mind you, that just so happens to be a giga-sized version of one of the normal enemies from the surrounding region. How did they get so big? Well, they all have one thing in common: the banana horde. The whole game revolves around the theft of Donkey Kong's special bananas. Bananas that happen to be supersized. And when you fight bosses in the game, you battle them in an arena composed of Donkey Kong's stolen bananas. It's also worth noting that in the sequels DKC 2 and 3, they don't have bosses at the scale that we see in DKC 1. The banana horde isn't actually in the enemy's possessions. Why is everyone interested in stealing Donkey Kong's bananas in the first place? King K. Rool starts off the series by kidnaps Donkey Kong in the second Country game, holding him ransom until he gets payment of the Kong banana stash. And he's just an alligator, so it's not like he's interested in them to eat them. We do know that these bananas possess magical properties. As seen in Donkey Kong Country Returns factory level, a tiki can come to life when a mashed up banana is incorporated into its body. This is further demonstrated with the final battle against Tiki Tong, where he turns the bananas into banana juice and uses it to transform his hands, making things grow to enormous sizes. In fact, there's even a scientific basis to all of this. Bananas have a lot of nutrients in them. Take our buddy tyrosine, one that your body usually makes enough of on its own. It's only a little molecule, but it packs a huge punch. It controls massive processes that take place in your brain's hormonal regulatory center, the pituitary gland. It controls everything about you, from whether you feel depressed to how big you grow, because tyrosine can adjust your body's production of growth hormone. Too much human growth hormone relative to the other stuff in your body can lead to your pituitary gland producing too much growth that leads to disorders like acromegaly, which is what Andre the Giant, famous wrestler, had, and why he was so much bigger and taller than everyone around him. In our case, have a population that's eating supercharged tyrosine-infused bananas. We have two restaurants that are themed around the Kong family, as well as one that outright says that it serves banana bagels. These places are serving up dishes using the Donkey Kong's special bananas with the power to make things grow to enormous sizes. Hence, why the Donkey Kong Country universe humans are so much bigger. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory.